All right, today we're going to dive into 6 science-backed, natural techniques that can actually influence your blood pressure in just a few minutes. And listen, these are practical tools, not just theories, okay? They're designed to put you back in the driver's seat of your own health. So, let's get right into it.
So, have you ever looked at a blood pressure reading and just felt helpless? Like it's just this number that happens to you and you have no say in it? It's a really common feeling, this sense that we're just passively watching our own health stats. But what if that's not the whole story?
This quote really gets to the heart of it. We've gotten so good at tracking all this data about ourselves, right? But a lot of the time we feel totally disconnected from our ability to actually change it. So the goal here today is to totally flip that perspective. We're going to move from being just a passive monitor to an active participant in your own well-being.
Okay, so here's the key thing to remember. Your blood pressure isn't some fixed static number. It's a living, breathing response. It's constantly changing, managed by your autonomic nervous system. Now think of that system as having 2 main modes. You've got fight or flight, which jacks up your pressure for action, and then you have rest and digest, which brings it down for recovery. And all 6 techniques we're about to cover, they're basically just ways to consciously flick the switch over to that rest and digest system. So, here's the plan. We're going to look at a safety switch in your neck, the power of your breath, some cool nervous system shortcuts, the surprising effect of warmth, and then we'll wrap up by talking about how to build a simple daily rhythm with all this.
All right, let's kick things off with our first technique. This one uses a kind of hidden reflex point right in your neck. And believe me, this is one of the absolute fastest ways to activate your body's built-in calming response. So this is called the carotid sinus reflex. Now, just think of it as a built-in pressure sensor. It's located right where you'd feel your pulse on the side of your neck. And when you gently activate it, it sends an immediate, and I mean immediate, signal to your brain to engage that rest and digest system we talked about.
Okay, here's how you do it, and it's super important to do it safely. First, find your pulse on either side of your Adam's apple. Got it? Now, using 2 fingers, just apply some very light circular pressure, moving outward, and hold that for just 5 to 10 seconds. The key word here is gentle. Seriously, no hard pressing.
So what's actually happening here? Well, that gentle pressure stimulates these tiny sensors called baroreceptors. Their job is to measure the pressure in your arteries. And when you press lightly, they send an instant, "Hey, slow down" message right to your brainstem. And what does your brainstem do? It lowers your heart rate and relaxes your blood vessels. This is an incredibly useful little trick for calming your system on the spot, especially in stressful situations, like, say, a doctor's visit. Yep, this is a perfect remedy for that dreaded white coat syndrome.
Okay, next up, we're going to explore 2 really powerful techniques that use something we do all day, every single day, without even thinking about it: breathing. First up is something called the Valsalva maneuver. I know, it sounds super complex, but it's actually something your body does instinctively all the time, like when you blow your nose or even stifle a sneeze. We're just going to learn how to do it on purpose to trigger a kind of cardiovascular reset. So here's how to do it. First, make sure you're sitting down, okay? Now take a deep breath in, pinch your nose shut, and then gently try to exhale against that blockage for about 5 seconds. Again, don't push too hard. The magic happens when you release. Your nervous system basically compensates by slowing everything down.
All right, our second breathing technique is called box breathing. This was actually developed to help soldiers stay calm under extreme pressure. Its rhythmic, symmetrical pattern is just a fantastic and super reliable way to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. That rest and digest mode we keep talking about.
And the pattern couldn't be simpler. You just breathe in for a count of 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold again for 4. It's like you're tracing the sides of a box with your breath. Now, if you want an even deeper calming effect, try this modification. Extend that exhale to a count of 8. That longer exhale is a really powerful signal to your heart to just slow down.
So you might be wondering, which one should I use and when? Well, think of it this way. The Valsalva maneuver is like a quick physical reset button. You use it for an immediate drop in your heart rate. Box breathing, on the other hand, is more about establishing a sustained, calming rhythm to reduce your overall stress. So one is a quick fix tool, and the other is more of a steadying, long-term practice.
All right, moving on. Next, we have 2 techniques that act like direct access points or shortcuts right into your nervous system. And they work by using simple touch and awareness to create calm.
Okay, this first one is so fascinating. It's basically a gentle ear massage that stimulates a branch of your vagus nerve.
Now the vagus nerve, that's like the superhighway of your rest and digest system. So this technique is like having a direct line to your body's calm down switch, sending signals straight to your brainstem.
And it's so simple to do. Just find the inner rim of your upper ear, right where the cartilage kind of folds in on itself. Then, just apply some slow, gentle circular pressure for about 90 seconds. You might even feel a little warmth or a tingling sensation, and if you do, that's a great sign that it's working.
Our next shortcut is a mental one, but it has some really profound physical effects. It's the guided body scan, and it's all about moving your awareness through your body to release tension you don't even realize you're holding on to. That kind of unconscious tension, it's a classic physical symptom of being stuck in that fight or flight state.
The process is super simple. You just sit quietly and bring your awareness starting at the soles of your feet. Then slowly move it up through your legs, your spine, your belly, all the way to the very top of your head. And here's the trick. The goal isn't to change anything. It's just to notice. Seriously, even just 60 seconds of this can make a huge difference.
Okay, let's move on to our final technique. And this one might be the simplest and most passive of them all. It's all about leveraging the simple power of warmth.
What is it? A simple warm water foot soak. That's it. All you have to do is immerse your feet in comfortably hot, not scalding, water for about 10 to 15 minutes. And hey, if you want a little bonus, you can add some Epsom salts for extra muscle relaxation. The magnesium in them is great for supporting blood vessel function.
And the science behind this is actually really elegant. The warmth draws blood flow down, away from your heart and your core. This process widens the blood vessels in your feet and legs, which does two things. It reduces overall pressure, and it sends a powerful signal to your nervous system that you're safe, helping to flick on that rest and digest switch.
Okay, so now we have 6 really powerful techniques. But the big question is, how do you actually integrate them into your life without getting totally overwhelmed? Well, let's talk about building a sustainable rhythm.
If there's one thing you take away from this section, let it be this number, 2. Okay? Do not try to do all 6 of these techniques every single day. That is a recipe for burnout. The goal here is consistency over quantity, so please, just start by choosing 2. So, to build your rhythm, just pick the 2 techniques that feel the most natural to you. Maybe it's doing some box breathing in the morning and a nice foot soak before bed. The repetition is what really makes it powerful. Remember, this isn't about adding another chore to your to-do list. It's about building a better, more responsive relationship with your own body. And that really leads us to our final thought here. These techniques, they're more than just little tricks to lower a number on a screen. They're actually invitations to listen. They're reminders that our body is always communicating with us. So maybe the real question isn't just, how do I lower my blood pressure, but what is my body trying to tell me?